the house, okay, starting with the apostles and the prophets and the rest of the elders, and and the men and women who will receive it, okay, here in America, and also the four corners. And more importantly, it says triumph before his power. So that's going to be the example. According to scripture, they're going to have power in their lives, the power of the Spirit, that double portion, okay? In the midst of all of the foolishness that's happening now in regards to prophecy. Okay, so that's all I got on that. Just wanted to establish the congregation that the Lord has set up in the earth.
You're going to have to...
I'm going to mute.
Yeah, you're going to have to do something about the phone. Just pull it far away from the computer and you should be good because it was working before.
Maybe he has signed the lesson signed in on his phone and on his computer.
Maybe, but he pulled it away and we didn't hear no echo. So I don't know why it's not working anymore, but that's okay. That's all right. We'll maneuver. Malak, if you have it, you're muted. You're muted.
But the echo is still there.
Yeah, it's you know echoing. Ama.
Is it still there?
No, you're echoing. Everyone's echoing.
Oh, really? Okay, let me X out and come back and see what's going on. All right.
All right, come.
I'm gonna go. This might be just me. Hold on.
Yeah.
No,
it's still
there.
Still there.
Something's going on.
How about everyone X out?
Everyone X out and come back.
Shalom, everything.
You can hear it still? Yeah, we can still. How about now? Can we hear it? Also, Ashar, I think it's you, brother.
Me?
Yeah, it might be you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good. It might
hear
be.
me?
It might be. Yeah, we can hear you, but when I mute you, it goes away. You see?
Let me come out.
No.
Okay, come.
Is it okay?
Come out and come back in. Yeah, come back out and come back in.
How do I sound?
Yeah, it's good. It was too short.
Okay.
So now hopefully it doesn't mute, but if it does, you can just read his preset.
Gone.
And Shema.
Yeah, it's
okay.
Ashar, yeah.
Gone.
Yeah. All right. So once he comes back in, I'll click him in. But we got this clip here. This is from this guy here, W.E.F. National emergency declared by Trump on border and energy. Joe pardons Fauci and Biden family members. Let's see now. Shalom. Yeah, it's you, brother. So it's not too bad right now. Oh.
It's bad.
But when you got something to say, just unmute yourself and you're good. All right. So I'll play this clip here.
This is W.E.F. And today we have a new president, President Trump, back in office, number 47 now, and on his way out, Joe Biden decided to drop a bunch of pardons that raised a lot of eyebrows. He drops pardons for Anthony Fauci, for Milley, Liz Cheney, and the entire corrupt J6 committee. Then his entire immediate family, pretty much 5 close family members at the last second, after saying he would not do it because it's an abuse of power. He did it. So Biden crime family covering the tracks as they exit. Now Trump taking over and immediately stepping in and saying that all these executive orders are now going into motion when pertaining to the border. He is launching a national emergency declared on the border. This gives him the ability to use the military at the border to do exactly what they want to do. All these raids that are supposed to be going down in sanctuary cities, they may get mixed up or shuffled up. It may not be Chicago and New York. They didn't want that cat out of the bag. Apparently it came out, and they may switch it up to different cities. So this could start at any moment, anywhere, in terms of going after the illegals and then using the military. He's also putting out a state of emergency in terms of our energy. So we've got multiple emergency situations that they've put us under, a national security ordeal here. And he will be rifling off executive orders throughout the next day or so in terms of the border, immigration, DEI, trade, and of course, energy, TikTok, things like that. And I will update as those take place. So make sure to follow me on X for breaking information and join me tonight for the live stream, going live Monday.
Right. So this guy had to think about 100 executive orders to sign that he's going to sign right away. And, you know, obviously, of course, Biden, what's it called? What is it called? He pardoned his son and Fauci, all these devils that, you know, took millions and millions of lives, because this is the devil. This is Esau Edom. And the scriptures talk about how they prescribe unrighteous decrees. Okay. Now, this guy is signing 100 executive orders, and he's already getting ready to gear up the military towards the border and really get a lot of you Jakes out of here, and a lot of and really bring down hell on Jake in total. Starting with the northern tribe, it looks like. Now, real quick, I got this precept, Psalms 58:1, and it says, "Do you indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do ye judge uprightly, O ye sons of men?" Right. So we know the heathens don't. Okay, they don't judge uprightly, and they don't speak righteousness among themselves. Okay, because they were created to be adverse to righteousness, so that they could be destroyed at the end and then put into slavery under the righteous, which is the elect of the nation of Israel. Verse 2, it says, "Yea, in heart," right, in mind, ye work wickedness. Yea, or Slaki, ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. And you thought you thought a lot of people died in these last couple of years, you know, 2020 to 2024. Well, 2025 and onwards is going to be bloodbath, complete global bloodbath, because the ultimate goal, okay, is to bring in so-called world peace. But to have a reason for war peace, you got to have war all over the place. All right, so these guys are going to come down with great wrath, because again, Trump, Elon, his whole team, and the handlers above them, they know they have a short time. Okay, so it says, I'll read it again, verse 3, the wicked are, or verse 2, Slake, "Yea, in heart ye work wickedness, yea, weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. The wicked are estranged from the womb, they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies." And that's exactly what Trump's about to show you. He's about to show you that now that he's in office, he's never been for the average everyday American. Okay, when you go look up MAGA, which is just an enchantment, sorcery, going back to pagan gods. Okay, these guys have their own agenda, and they don't care about their own people. All right, it's all about them being gods, and ultimately Esau trying to fight back or buy back or get back his birthright. That's what they want. And that's it on that. That's it.
Can I say in the same book?
We're gonna go to this next clip here. You got some?
So, just Psalms 12. Psalms 12, this is one precept. Psalms 12, verse 2, and it reads, "They speak vanity, everyone with his neighbor, with flattering lips, and with a double heart do they speak." So we have already exposed, right, who the Bible is contrary to, and that's the so-called white man, right? That's why he can't be saved, and that's why, you know, he was made to be perfect in wickedness, and all we're doing is exposing him, lifting up his skirt, showing that his garments are moth-eaten, okay, which means he's an unrighteous and is not upright. His mindset is not upright, so he has nothing to do with what's called truth. Okay, so everything that he said today, just know that you can go basically opposite, right, if it was pertaining to righteousness. All right.
Yeah.
So it's about flattering lips, make it feel good, sounds sweet. Hey, if I was in the world, I'll be cheering for him like wholeheartedly. Sounded good. You know?
Yeah, man. And the Lord's about to expose these devils on their so-called wisdom, because it says their garment is moth eaten. Right, so all the little ways and tricks and schemes that you've used to get you to this point aren't going to work anymore, because you've reached your boundary.
Right. The last verse. Yahweh shall cut off all flattering lips.
Right.
And the tongue that speaketh proud things. How many times did Trump say proud during his inauguration? I counted about at least 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Right? That's it, brother.
If I may make a point, this is not going to end well for these people, because history tells us this. One quick point. I remember when it was a nickel to get on the subway. Okay, so there's nothing that these people can tell us, man, that things are going to get better. Right? The writing is on the wall. So history tells us. So we know our history in regards to this, right? This yoke, this thing. Okay, and it doesn't end well. So I'm just saying that to say this. It's $3. It's $2 for a loaf of bread. I remember when it was a nickel. So you continue, Trump and your people, but you're falling like lightning. That's all I got.
Okay. Yeah. You're right, though. It is going to get. That's that scripture: peace and safety, peace and safety.
Beautiful.
And,
thank you.
Everybody's in that spirit, looking at Trump. These people pray to him. Kid you not, people really pray to this guy. He's a hero in their eyes, a so-called god, and he's just here going to make things harder. As you see here, emergency update: Trump signs executive order for 25% tariffs on Canada because of Trudeau, and also Mexico. That is going to skyrocket prices everywhere. Because when you go into a tariff, it's basically taxes on imports or on goods coming in and going out, mainly coming into a country. So obviously we export a lot of goods to America, especially from Quebec. And 25% tax on top of that means they have to pull out money from the economy to pay that tax to export. Where do you think that's going to come from? That tax is going to roll downhill, right? And things and gas, food, everything else is going to go right up the roof to pay for these tariffs. Okay, so life is about to get a lot more harder in the next couple months, man. So it's high. It's very important that everybody that believes in Yahweh Bashim Shai, that we all stay in the spirit, man, because that's what's going to ride you through.
I have a precept on.
Hold on, I think Mayan had a quick point.
Oh, I just wanted to say that the tariff is actually paid by the business owner. So if you own the business and you're importing stuff from America, you're the one who's going to pay the tariff. That means that your product now, you have to now increase the price on your product so that you can actually make the money. So every company that's importing goods from the US is going to actually now pay a 25% increase on the tariffs that's coming in.
There you go.
Yeah, that's how it works.
This is Jeremiah 30:7 in the NLT. In all history, there was never been such a time of terror. It will be a time of trouble for my people Israel. Yet in the end, they will be saved. So this is going to be a nasty year, a rocky year, right? With this guy, and he's in office now, Trump. There's going to be a lot of a lot more calamities on our people.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and it's gonna get hard, but that's why we're building up in the spirit.
Sure.
Right, making these videos, these holy epistles, because it's gonna be a nasty year, man. It's gonna be nasty.
That's right.
That's pretty much it.
And all these major companies that are going to have to pay these tariffs, remember, these companies have sister companies that they're attached to. So don't think just because, that it might just affect one company or whatever. It affects the whole economy, because that's how goods are traded among one another. right? Through companies.
Mhm.
Buying and selling. So everybody's gonna pay. Everybody's gonna pay. Every single person. People who sell oil, people who sell groceries, all those stores are all gonna jack up their prices, man.
That's right. And the premier up here, Doug Ford, he made a statement today saying if the tariffs become a reality, he wants all liquor stores up here to remove
Yep.
American bottles.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So it's turning into a trade war too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. I think he mentioned something like that. He had mentioned in a speech that if Trump proceeds to try to make Canada the 51st state, that Canadians, and with the tariffs, Canadians will feel it. But he said that we'll make sure that Americans feel it too. So yep,
That's right.
So I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip here.
So I'm on my way to the studio, and the sun is setting on an opportunity, and I don't want you to miss out. I don't know.
On tariffs on Mexico, given these actions you're signing on the border?
Well, we're thinking in terms of 25% on Mexico and Canada because they're allowing vast numbers of people. Canada's a very bad abuser also. Vast numbers of people to come in and fentanyl to come in.
When do you think you would enact those?
I think February 1st.
All right, today was probably one of the biggest days in the news cycle in a very long time. Trump's inauguration. You had Freeland have a total meltdown on the news earlier this morning on a breakfast show. Then you have Danielle Smith that saved Canada from tariffs. Or did she? Moments ago, Trump actually just said live on television, even though there was so much speculation based off of insider information earlier this morning that wouldn't go on Canada, he just confirmed that he's putting 25% tariffs on Mexico and Canada February 1st. It is officially happening because Canada and Mexico have weak borders. Canada and Mexico have drug and crime problems that are bleeding into the United States. Now, this could still be avoidable, even though he's literally just confirmed that it's going to happen if Canada, whatever the hell Mexico wants to do, screw them. If Canada gets their shit together and starts cracking down, you have Trump that is like days away from doing the biggest ICE raids ever. Why isn't Canada stepping up our game and literally sending a shit ton of resources to the border to stop these problems? Say, hey, look, President Trump, are we okay now? And if that were the case, he would say, you got it. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video, everybody. Before we get into it, I do want to encourage you guys to hit the 25% coming soon. Brought to you from this happened moments ago. U.S. President Donald Trump says he will enact 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexican goods on February 1st. While sitting in the Oval Office and signing executive orders on Monday, moments ago, Trump said the U.S. would hit both countries with tariffs because they are allowing vast numbers of people and fentanyl into the country. This is a breaking story, more to come. And now we're going to take a look at what he's literally just said like 30 seconds ago. This is kind of frightening.
An executive order designating the cartels and other organizations to be foreign terrorist organizations.
That's a big one.
Yes, sir.
We've wanted to do this for years. They're now designated as terrorist organizations, foreign. And Mexico probably doesn't want that. But we have to do what's right. They're killing our people. They're killing 250, 300,000 American people a year. Not 100. Like has been reported for 15 years. It's probably 300,000.
This is an executive.
Mexico doesn't want that. How are you going to deal with this?
Probably, huh?
I don't know.
Sir, this is an executive order entitled Protecting the American People Against Invasion, which again deals with the southern border and the unprecedented admission of illegal aliens across the southern border.
What do you see the biggest national security?
Now I want to get this real quick. For sake of time, I won't play all of this. But I'm going to go to a quick precept, Psalms 94 and 20. And it reads, shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law? And this tariff thing is just one of many laws that this guy will use to frame mischief in the land, okay, and ultimately throughout the earth, because everything from here on out, everything this man does is going to lead to the MOTB and World War III, okay, and that's what we strongly believe, that this is going to be the guy to do it. So, verse 21, it says, "They gather themselves together against the souls of the righteous," right? And don't think that they don't have us on the radar, starting with the apostles and elders on down. when they're congregating with each other and talking. Okay,
they already have the thing with the Project Magneto, right?
Yeah.
From the early 90s.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So verse 21, it says, they gather themselves together against the souls of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. But the Lord Yahweh is my defense, and my power is the rock of my refuge. And he shall bring upon them their own iniquity, and shall cut them off in their own wickedness. Yea, the Lord Yahweh, our power, shall cut them off. And that's exactly what's going to happen, man. Because, again, this man's going to come down with great wrath. He's going to be very tyrannical because his orders are coming from the small hats, the top wicked elites. Okay? And they hate more than anybody else on the planet the Israelites, man, especially the prophets. Read Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter. Okay? So a lot of brothers and sisters that, you know, you're lukewarm, you're not really fully persuaded, this, that, and the third, man. If you're not paying attention, the doors of grace are getting shut soon. Okay, because all it takes is for us not to be out. As soon as the prophets are not out there, that's it. The time when the Most High was reaching his hand out, the call is done. Okay, now he's reaching his hand out for judgment and destruction. So we're gonna go to this clip here.
How about the precept before?
Yeah. Go ahead, Doc.
Isaiah 19:2 in the NLT. I will make Egyptian fight against Egyptian, brother against brother, neighbor against neighbor, city against city, province against province. Right? So this is what's going on. You have Canada at odds with the USA. Right? And it's going to get more intense, right? They're going to like a lot of things is going to happen once Trump, you know, like now he's in office, but basically the 1st of February he's going to pass a lot of bills, man. And it's going to affect Canada, you know, and you know, it's going to get real, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty much it.
Real quick one, just to add on. The prophecy, Genesis 3:15, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. Okay, so that's going into you Egyptians going against that. The Lord put that there. That's why we see it, and we've been telling you people all along, man. Okay, that infighting between you Egyptians. Okay, you Edomites. Let me be clear. Okay, you're also called Egyptians today, right? And your seed is wicked, man. You're the wicked seed, right? You saw that guy on the clip. What's his name? Right after the inauguration, Elon Musk. You saw his hand sign and his hand gesture.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that.
Well, hey, Trump also, he didn't put his hand on the Bible too, right? When he's sworn in. A lot of that's going around. He didn't put his hand on the Bible, and that's that precept. What does thou have to do to declare my statutes?
That's right.
Right. That went over a lot of people's heads, but obviously us that are in the know and those that are in the know on the left, they know what was all that about. You know, they're gonna wage all out war on the idea of God and or the Most High and the Bible, man. Go ahead.
This is the book of Job 15, verse 35. I'll read from 34. For the congregation of hypocrites shall be desolate. Right? And these politicians, you know, they're all actors. Hypocrites going into actors. Esau Edom is a big actor. You know?
Number one. Number two.
And Khan. And fire shall... What's that?
I said number two actor, Slack.
Oh, yeah,
Khan,
yeah. And fire shall consume the tabernacles of bribery, right? And this fire ultimately is leading into talking about the missiles.
Right.
Verse 35, here's the point. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, and their belly prepares deceit, right? Belly being their mind. So, you know, everything that they're preparing and they're being calculated about is all wickedness. and it's all in pursuit of their NWO. Yeah, that's it on that.
Bashar, you got something?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
I got Revelation 6 and 3.
Come, go ahead.
Yeah. This is Revelation 6. Can you mute Ashar?
Yeah, I will.
Revelation 6 and 3. And when he had opened, I'm going to start at verse 2. 1 sec. It says, and I saw, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. Right? In verse 3, it says, and when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, come and see. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. So we know the great sword was given to Esau Edom, you know what I'm saying, the so-called white man. And we see this orange man right now, you know what I'm saying, like you can see the look on his face. He's very proud, like all these executive orders that he's given. He's boasting in himself, giving out these orders. He takes pleasure in doing that, right? Knowing that these things is going to cause hardship. And I'm about to say it all the time that famine is also the sword as well. That's also the sword. People are going to die from that, right? And this is what's going to happen to a lot of people based on all these things that this orange man is doing right now, right? And when you go into verse 5, it says, and when he had opened this third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. And we know what the balances go into, right? Because there's going to be a lot of hardship. People are going to suffer right now, man. You think things was hard before? You think Loblaws and all these supermarket prices were high? Wait until after February 1st when they start getting all these new goods, when prices increase, right?
Right.
Yeah. And verse 6, it says, and I heard a voice. Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to mention too, because those the shackles, the bondage, they're going into bondage, right? But that black horse as well. Obviously, we know black dark time, right? So at one time, a dark time for us, okay, was that chattel slavery. Then slavery didn't stop, right? Because it just got transferred from it being whips to it being of your mind as well. So when you go fast forward to now, we're talking about these tariffs. When you look at the balances and basically going into famine, you know how hard it is going to be to go into the grocery store and buy 5 apples that are like $20?
Mm-hmm.
You know how pissed off people are going to be? They're going to be, you think people drive like maniacs now? Imagine driving on the street with someone who has to buy 5 apples for $25. And then he has 3 kids to feed and da-da-da-da. So, you know, this is also Esau's, his wickedness, sorcery, or psychology in making people even more, wicked, angry. It says the love of many shall wax cold. So, yeah, man, it's going to be a very dark time. Very, very dark time.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Ak.
And this is verse 6, and it reads, and I heard a voice in the midst of the 4 beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, measures of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. Right? You want to go into it, or you want to go into it?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You got it.
Yeah, so pretty much this is what's going to happen in these times that are coming right now, right? Because like we spoke about earlier, these tariffs are going to increase the prices. And if you think that the prices were high then, wait until you got your paycheck can't even buy a loaf of bread, you know? And pretty much the same. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that's true, because then at that point, that's when you're going to be robbing people if you're not of the hopeful elect.
That's right.
Yeah, and then you see all these people going into these jewelry stores and robbing the jewelry stores. You can. That's what's going to happen to these grocery stores because people are not going to be able to afford their food, so they're going to go into and start robbing these stores, man. These
That's
supermarkets.
right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's what you call super inflation, by the
Super
way. What you're
inflation.
reading. Yeah.
Yeah.
High inflation, and you got super inflation. That's what that is.
Verse 7 now it says, and when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, come and see. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him, and power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with the sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. Right?
There you go.
Yeah, man. So this is going to this death and hell that's going to follow. This is going to come right after all these the inflation that we just spoke about, right?
Yep.
Because the police now go afraid for kill these niggas now, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And it's going to be all at once, you know?
Yeah.
You're going to have super inflation, then you're going to have civil unrest, then you're going to have illnesses, pestilence, then you're going to have natural disasters, earthquakes. All this is going to happen all at once, right? The scriptures say it's going to be like a man that flee a lion, met a bear, flee the bear, and then leaned his hand upon the wall and got bit by a serpent. So it's going to be perplexity after perplexity after perplexity. And if you don't got Yahweh Bashim El Shai, man, you're finished. You're finished.
Yeah, that's it on that for me. Yeah.
Beautiful. Can I just read it? If brothers, Second Ezra is actually Second Ezra 16. Did we go there yet? Just reading from the 19th verse to describe what the brother just brought up, man. And I wanted to say about the oil and the wine. Psalms 23 and 5, going into the oil that is going to be given to the elect. Touch not the oil and the wine. And of course, it's pointing by default. The Spirit's going to be working with the Lord's elect at that point in time, man. Everybody else would be in the shits. The super shits, right? So straight. But I have here Second Ezra 19, Second Ezra 16, verse 19. If brothers don't have anything,
yeah, go ahead, and we'll play some after that.
Real quick, Second Ezra 16. I'm just read to the 22nd verse, starting at the 19th verse. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. Right? But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. All right. And of course, go ahead, brother.
No, I was going to say that, yeah, that's true. And the reason why that is because the Most High is more angry than what we will be seeing. So what that means is he's gonna put us, just like he put a spirit on these devils and these people to fight against Yahushua, even though they were, shitting themselves. It's the same thing with what Malak's reading. Even though all these things will be happening, people are going to become even more wicked. So that all that means is if they become more wicked, then that means the judgments are going to become even more harsher. So the Lord is setting them up. He's setting everybody up like he set up Pharaoh, basically.
Beautiful. Verse 21. Verse 21. Behold, victuals. This was brother brought this out a bit earlier, but not this precept, but pertains to. But behold, victuals shall be so good and cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in a good case. All right. That's why I went to that. I made a statement earlier on, and of course, it's playing out. Right. This thing is not going to end well. And even then, shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Right, he's signing off all of those things. Hey, keep signing. You got about what? What does he have? Another 1,000 to go?
Yeah, 900 or not 900, like 90. He's signing 100.
Okay. All right. Fuck. Verse 22. Verse 22. Final verse. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to stop right there.
Yeah, our whole chapter is beautiful still.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll play this clip. You got something? Yeah, go ahead, Ashar. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Take your time.
Second Ezra 16 and it start verse 70.
Mm-hmm.
And it reads, "For there should be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord Yahweh. It should be like a madman, sparing none, but it's still spoiling and destroying those who fear the Lord Yahweh." Pretty much, the brother just mentioned it right now. When these prices go up, crime it will increase too as well, because people are not getting paid well enough, so they have to somehow provide for their families, right? Verse 72, for they should waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. They should be known who are my chosen, and they should be tried as the gold in the fire.
Yep. And the one thing that's going to make the whole elect stand out among the rest is the miracles, right? The Holy Spirit. They're going to be saying things and doing things and have things happen for them that are going to leave people with only one thought, which is these guys have to be the men of the Lord. They have to be God's people, you know. And yeah, like the scripture said, they're going to be tried in a furnace. So it's going to be trying times, man. You really got to be in the spirit.
So like the last verse 74, "Hear, O ye, my beloved, say the Lord Yahweh, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same."
Yeah,
so what?
I have the word insurrection because it's very important. What the brother read.
Right, one more. We gotta play this clip.
Go ahead. Take your time.
No, go ahead. Play it out.
Insurrection. Yeah, it's an uprising against civil authority. Okay, so it came out earlier on those tapes. I mean, okay, in regards to the business people and the lower end governments, right? They're going to be in authority, right? But of course, civil constitute the federal and so forth like that. But you're going to see these uprisings are going to be more crazier. So just thought I'd bring that word out, right? Against civil authority, insurrection. But anyway, that's the point.
Go on.
Access Poker's biggest Sunday of the year.
A ticket to Red Spade Sunday awaits at every step of the path.
Access Poker's biggest Sunday of the year.
A ticket to Red Spade Sunday awaits at every step of the path.
13 nations have signed a W.E.F. treaty agreeing to dismantle and rebuild major cities under the guise of the so-called Agenda 2030. Using climate change as the ultimate cover, the W.E.F. has set the stage for a devastating attack on everyday people. Their endgame? To reshape urban landscapes into 15-minute cities, vast open-air prisons where freedom is a relic of the past, and escape is no longer an option. This isn't a distant dystopian fantasy. It's happening now, and the grisly details of their long-planned operation are coming to light.
And this is fair use. All right, fair use on all the videos I used in this video. They're all for educational purposes only. I don't own any of the copyrights for any of these videos, Rumble, YouTube, any of them, and I'm not making any money from any of these videos at all. Okay, so this is fair use.
Stay with us as we connect the dots, uncover the evidence, and expose the truth they tried so hard to keep hidden. Before we dive in, join the People's Voice Locals community if you haven't already, and sign up to become a member of the world's first ever cyber nation that truly believes in life, liberty, and the pursuit of your dreams. Visit joson.com and click the join, literally leveling them to the ground, all in the name of Agenda 2030. Their goal? To eliminate private car use, redesign neighborhoods into so-called 15-minute cities, and transform our urban spaces into what critics are calling open-air prisons. But here's the kicker. They plan to do it by faking natural disasters and terrorist attacks, manufacturing chaos to devastate entire cities while blaming it all on climate change. It's a masterstroke of deception, traumatizing the population into submission, and using the ashes of our broken cities to build their utopian smart cities. If you think this sounds far-fetched, stay tuned. We've got the details, the evidence, and the connections the elites don't want you to make. After calling us conspiracy theorists for warning about 15-minute cities, the mainstream media is now dropping the pretense, opening reporting plans for these dystopian zones where people are confined to their districts, unable to leave without permission.
After 3 years of planning, city administration is presenting its vision to accommodate a population of 2 million people through 15-minute cities. 3 days of public hearings on the plan began in City Hall this morning. Jaylan Skulski has more.
The 15 new district plans and corresponding bylaws will replace 54 existing planning documents dating back to the 1980s. Administration says the goal is to accommodate 600,000 new residents in redeveloped areas with with 50% of all new home units added through infill. The plan also calls for half of all future travel to be done by transit, and for residents to access all their daily needs within 15 minutes.
Just wait. CBDCs and the social credit system are next on the mainstream media checklist. This is more than just a theory, it's a blueprint for control. According to Klaus Schwab, by 2030, Los Angeles will be completely free of private cars. The city is set to be radically transformed, with wilderness areas replacing roads, where humans once drove and populations confined to so-called open-air prisons with no way out.
It was the 20th Governance Summit. You will use the app, like Uber, but not anymore to call some driver, but automatically guided car, a self-driven car, will come to your hotel or wherever you are and will bring you to the airport. No, Los Angeles is one of the cities with the heaviest traffic. Who told me in 2030, Los Angeles will be private car driven free. And this will allow to transform highways into parks and other public spheres.
The global elite earmarks Los Angeles.
Keep in mind, 2030 doesn't mean obviously they want to that they want to start then, but they want to have everything done by then. So reconstruction, right, is happening now. That's what they're doing. That's really been happening starting 2020.
I have a precept, bro.
Con, go ahead.
Isaiah 24:7. The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, and the merry hearted do sigh. So these people are in mirth. I'm sorry, like they're crying now, because like they were in mirth before, but now they're bawling. You know, they're complaining. You know that they're not. You know that they're catching hell. You know. It said the mirth of the tabret ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth. The joy of the harp ceaseth. So the whole music industry, this whole society is crumbling, man. Babylon's crumbling. They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. So this whole thing with this whole with Doug Ford, he's talking about that, that you won't be able to get American type liquor and shit. So these people are about to catch hell, man. These people are going to be pissed off. Prices are going up,
and that's just less bottles on the shelf too. Right. If there's less bottles on the shelf, that's not enough alcohol for everybody, and people need their fix.
So these people are about to catch hell, man. And prices are gonna go up.
On top of that,
it said the city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut down, that no man may come in. There is a cry for wine in the streets, and all joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. So this place is gone, man. Babylon is falling right before our eyes. The city is left desolate, and the gate is smitten with destruction. That's what's going to happen. And it's just gradual, right? From 2020, when they started that whole this pandemic, right? And then this whole 2030 agenda. So it's a whole agenda that's set up by the global elite, right? To try and have the people like begging for this whole new world order, right? This is all orchestrated. That's pretty much it.
It's the world's first smart city, and plans have been in the works for years to achieve the rapid transformation to Klaus Schwab's 2030 vision in time for the Olympic Games in 2028, when the city will be presented to the world as a model for the future of humanity. The residents of Pacific Palisades sense it. Something is undeniably wrong. Anybody paying attention with eyes wide open knows that. Actor Eddie Griffin says the elite have been preparing for the Los Angeles Pacific Palisades fires for 3 to 6 months before the fire hit. Some
men turned down burn. The best thing about us, canceled fire to happen.
We don't have to hear that word.
The other, while simultaneously
live roach.
3 months before the fire. Who tipped them off? Who keeps tipping off motherfuckers that a natural disaster is about to happen?
13 countries, including the US, Australia, Brazil, Germany, Spain, and Uruguay, have agreed to engineer a controlled demolition of their major population centers, one after the other, while simultaneously waging war on the agricultural industry worldwide to usher in starvation and famine for humanity. Part of the global methane pledge, by the way, involves transitioning the world from eating real foods like beef and chicken to instead consuming crickets and insects larvae, which are toxic and non-nutritious to humans. As you can clearly see with the rampant inflation in recent years, which appears to be hyperinflation in slow motion, we are reaching a point where meat and quality food will become unaffordable for the average.
And really, actually, some insects are actually lawful to eat. Like grasshoppers, also known as locusts, and other various insects. There's that some insects. I'm not sure if all of them do. I have to do more research, but they have that. It's called chitin, and basically, if you get too much of it, then it becomes toxic to you. You know, it's I forgot what it is, but it's specifically what it is. But a lot of bugs carry this thing called chitin, so you can look it up. And if you get too much of it in your system, it becomes toxic. But there are some bugs that are actually lawful, you know, for us to eat, contrary to belief.
Person. Many people have no choice but to eat bugs, insects, and crickets, assuming they want to continue living in such a corrupted world, as London Mayoral candidate Cheyenne Batra explains.
The 15-minute cities is something that the W.E.F has created called C40, and it's called C40 cities. I would urge you to certainly look on the internet about it, and then go to all of the TikTokers and see what they're really saying. Basically, you won't be able to drive a petrol or diesel car anymore. You'll have to buy electric. If you want food, you will get a calorie-controlled system sent to you by text saying, this is what you can eat today. This is what you can have today. If you violate any of these things...
Calorie controlled. So every single person is going to have to eat according to their calories, man. And all you people, you have no concept of, what's it called, self-control. You have no concept of self-control. And this is going to drive a lot of people crazy, man. Because what the average American is used to is basically gorging down whatever they want. Whenever they want, however they want, without being told how to do it and when to do it or not to do it. So now all of a sudden you start bringing all these demands and rules and regulations. People are going to go crazy off of that, man. They can't hold themselves.
Scripture say, live deliciously.
Exactly. Yeah. Live deliciously.
They'll freeze your bank account.
And that makes sense. It makes so much more sense now as we're seeing this unravel why the Most High says the elect are going to laugh. Because we have the hopeful elect have been taken through the fire, through the furnace, and are going to continue to be taken through the furnace. So they've developed habits, all right, and that are necessary for Jacob's trouble. While the rest of you that were scoffing, you were just gorging yourself and getting drunk off of Babylonian wine. So you're gonna find yourself completely without in that day.
I have a precept, right? This is Revelation 2:10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. For be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee the crown of life. So we're approaching the time that that we're gonna be persecuted. But the elect is not gonna fail. They're gonna have faith, and the Lord is gonna guide them. He's gonna guide the elect, right? Because we're gonna go through some tribulation, but but the Heavenly Father has our back if we continue, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because it's not even about the tribulation; it's about whether you have answers or not in that day. Everybody's going to be going through hell, but those who actually have guidance, divine guidance, divine instruction, are going to be good because they have answers. Everybody else has to go off of their own mind and vain opinion.
Yeah, that's right.
They'll be looking for the wine, but they're not going to find it.
Yeah, because that's why Isaiah 33:6 says, "Wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability of our time."
Right.
Because we're going to know what's going to be what's going to happen.
Right. That's right. Come on. Play a little more here.
That is the next step. These are stages in which they're going to implement this stuff. And this was signed up by the W.E.F. And the W.E.F. has signed up with our mayor in London as the chair. And he has gone around the world to communicate this C40 to all of the countries in the world. And most of the countries are looking at adopting it.
Yeah, what does he say? I have penetrated all the cabinets. That's what he says.
Yeah. I remember that clip.
Yeah, I've penetrated.
He sounded so sinister.
Yeah, God.
Yeah, Dr. Evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can someone get Isaiah 10 in NLT and verse 7?
Okay.
So NLT.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. This is Isaiah 10, verse 7. But the king of Assyria will not understand that he is my tool.
That's right.
Keep reading.
His mind does not work that way.
That's right. So we're here laughing. Someone made mention of a precept saying the Most High will laugh at them. That's in Proverbs, I think. Right. Yeah. So here we are laughing. So that the Most High probably literally laughing, but we know where the mouthpiece of the Heavenly Father, and we're here chuckling at this man talking about his cabinets and all that stuff. Read again, Maya from the top.
Yeah, it says, but the king of Assyria will not understand that he is my tool. His mind does not work that way. His plan is simply to destroy, to cut down nations after nation.
Ooh, that's right. So because we know who the king of Syria is a dark saying, of saying present day Babylonians, present day Americans, present day you Idumeans men. All right, mainly the leader of the free world, which right now is DJT. Okay, so some, with glad tidings, it had a lot to say about as it pertains to peace and safety. Well, the Most High says, man, in the Bible that when they say peace and safety, sudden destruction.
That's right. That's right. Yep.
So yeah, I just want to bring that up, man. Shed some light on that. Thought out.
Con. Yep, it's beautiful.
Now, I am going to abolish it. It is a hopeless position. We are going to be in an open prison, or shall we say a COVID, for the rest of our lives. We will not be able to work unless it's in our 15-minute city. It's diabolical. It's not right. This is not the right thing. And it's been hidden from the public. No one's talking about it.
Why does the government prioritize globalist interests over its own people? The 1871 Constitution may hold the answer, a truth recently exposed in a shocking Senate hearing. But first, an important message from our sponsor. More important, parasites that live well.
2 years ago, Joe Tippin said
the cancer goes down.
And
on me.
Below this video. Disaster zones in the US have in common. Take Maui. It was earmarked for 50-minute cities. It is now being rebuilt in line with the WEF's Agenda 2030. North Carolina, home to a coveted mineral deposit, conveniently tied to BlackRock's interests. And Los Angeles, long touted as the elite's first global smart city, which plans to showcase its 50-minute city design to the world during the 2028 Olympics. For those who don't think the government would ever conspire against its own people, it's worth brushing up on your history. In 1873, the government killed millions of buffalo to starve the Native Americans, so they would submit to the government and become compliant and dependent. Some things don't change.
This might not look familiar to you, but this is the future that's being built for you by the ruling class. This is what they mean by a sustainable future. These are your 15-minute city smart grid apartments designed to be tiny little cages for not so free-range humans. China is the blueprint of the smart grid system, so you only have to look at what's happening there to know what's going to be heading here. Every single movement of every citizen is recorded 100% of the time to monitor their social credit score. Anyone who misbehaves or will not comply with the regime is socially shamed.
But I saw a clip that's speaking up the most videotaped country in the world is England, London, right? China is number 2. So they just keep shedding light on China, and as it pertains to credit score, that's happening here. You can't get a place with a certain credit score. So they keep making it seem like it's happening somewhere else. It's right here, man.
That's right. Yeah, you're right. Actually, that's true. That's a good point, because that's like it's not like the infrastructure. It's not like the infrastructure isn't already here.
God.
Esau has stages. Like, we've been rinsing, repeating stages. Now he just wants to put it in you. Yeah.
I have a precept on.
Come
on. Psalm 64:1.
Wicked.
Oh Yahweh, listen to my. This is an NLT. Psalm 64:1. Oh Yahweh, listen to my complaint. Protect my life from my enemy. Protect my life from the enemy's threats. Hide me from the plot of the evil mob, from this gang of wrongdoers.
Yeah.
They sharpen their tongue like a sword and aim their bitter words like arrows. They shoot from ambush at the innocent. They shoot from ambush at the innocent, attacking suddenly and fearless. They encourage each other to do evil and plan how to set their traps in secret. Who will who will ever know this? They ask, right? That's what they're doing.
Mhm.
Right? They're doing all these. Oh, they're like they have all these plans. What they plan on doing. And as they plot their crimes, they say, "We have devised the perfect plan. Yes, the human heart and mind are cunning, but Yahweh himself will shoot them with his arrow, suddenly striking them down." So this is like when when Yahweh Shai comes, he's gonna send the missiles and destroy this whole society, man.
Yeah.
Their own tongue will ruin them, and all who see them will shake their head in scorn. Um, then everyone will be afraid. They will proclaim the mighty act of Yahweh and realize all the amazing thing they have done. So this is when Yahweh Shai comes, man, because Esau has his evil plans, and he's gonna fulfill. He's gonna fulfill it. But that's why I'm thinking Job. That it says Job 20. It says that the triumphing of the wicked is short, because he have but a short time. So they're trying to so they're trying to move very fast right now.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Come. I'll play a little more, and actually, I want to pull some precepts from the comment board as well.
Facilities. Anyone who is friends with them on social media gets punished as well by removing points from their social credit score. This is how you train humans like puppies to be good boys and girls. Coming to a smart city near you, sponsored by Klaus Schwab, the World Economic Forum, and BlackRock.
Remember when the World Economic Forum aligned politicians all over the world were parroting the same line, Build Back Better? We now know that Build Back Better literally means destroying things first and then rebuilding according to New World Order plans.
Continue to come back until this is completely rebuilt. And I know it's road cliche.
Yeah, that's it. I don't want to play all of this, but just want to get a couple points from the video. Now,
a point.
Hold on a second, brother. Let me get these. Oh, you got a point? Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was going to say a point that was made from the video was that it said in 1871 they came and they killed all the buffaloes because they wanted to starve all the Native American people, right? So what happened now is it says that they notice. So now what they do is they say those who control the food control the people. Yeah, so if you control, those who control the food control the people, and they notice this is why BlackRock, Kill Gates, and the W.E.F is buying up all these farmlands, because they want to control the food so that people will have to actually go to them for food, so it's going to be easier for them to be like, listen, the only way you can eat is if you get this, see it in your hand, and these guys did the same thing. It says, give me control of a nation's money, and I'll show you, and I care who makes their laws. And we can see that actually played out throughout.
Yeah, I care now.
Yeah, it played out, because right now our politicians don't control the laws. The laws are actually controlled by, as you can see, the W.E.F, the WHO, and these places, right? BlackRock, right?
Yep. Con. I'm gonna get this from comment board here. Do of thy youth, Shalom Yahbashim Shabrakatha, and Shalom Yahbashim Shabrakatham to the Akim on comment board, as well as the Aqua that are listening, learning in silence. So Isaiah 29:15, woe to them that seek thee to hide their counsel from the Lord Yahweh, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us, and who knoweth us? Right, verse 16, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as a potter's clay, which means all this is going to turn to shit. Esau Edom's ideas, his plan, his grandiose ways and wickedness is going to turn into shit. Okay, at first it will be esteemed. People are going to love it, but then it's all going to falter, because everything that this man establishes is based upon lies, and lies never last. Okay, eventually they come to an end by the truth. So it says So it says, for shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not, or shall the thing framed say that framed it, he had no understanding, and that's exactly what these Edomites are doing. And you Jakes, you've been created, and you're saying that the creator is going off because and by trying to, especially Esau, by adjusting and adding and taking away from everything the Most High has established on earth. So you're playing as God. You think that you're the Most High. So that's why these guys are going to get a rude awakening when Yahushua comes back, man. Job, this is from GMS Yukon, Canada. Shalom, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Job 20 and 23. Job 20 and 23, it says, when he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh Bashim Yahshua shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating, right? So while he thinks he's establishing his NWO and basically has everybody see-hipped and whatnot, the Most High is going to intervene through those nuclear missiles. And then later on, Yahushua himself. Isaiah 33 and 6, it says, lo, thou trusted in the staff of his broken reed, right? That's his system and his ideas, okay? His fraudulent ideas. It says, and Egypt whereon if a man lean, it will go through his hand and pierce it. And we went into this a couple of weeks ago. These nations, the world, and 2/3 of Israel are going to completely lean upon the MOTB in this man's system, and they are going to be literally pricked in their hands by the sea hip. Okay, it will go into his hand and pierce it, right? But it also goes into the fact that those that trust in America are going to find them or trust in the idea of the sea hip, okay, and partake of the sea hip, are going to end up confounded at the end. Okay, as the scriptures in Revelation talk about, putrefying sores are going to emerge for those who took part of the sea hip. It will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. That's right. We know this. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. So that's it. That's all I have. Let's see. Yeah, that's all there is. There's a lot more precepts on the comment board, but that's all I have there for myself. Any lasting precepts or statements from Akim before we close up?
That's it.
Okay, beautiful, man. So, Lord willing, this was edifying to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. And we're going to close by giving all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, bishops of Great Millstone who rule well and have taught us his word in truth and sincerity, and peace and mercy to the hopeful elect. Starting with the 144,000 that's pushing this word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. All right. Baba Ball, Kwame Shala, and Shabbat Shalom to the hopeful elect, man. Stay up, stay in the spirit, man. We're almost there.
That's right. Shalom.
Shalom.